Welcome students, myself Vishal Pandey. Let us discuss the story The Sound of Music Part 1. As I have told you that this story consists of two parts. The first part, which is very prominent, is based upon Evelyn Glenn, and the second part is the Shahnai player Bismillah Khan. We will be discussing him as well in the next part of this video. First of all, let me tell you that we have discussed half of the story in the virtual classes. Till this slide we have discussed that how Evelyn was noticed by her teachers and in the school itself. When they announced her name on the stage, she was not able to listen the name properly and can get onto the stage. That was the first incident, first phenomena as far as this story is concerned. Let us talk about the second incident which took place when she was 11. When she was 11 years old, her teacher suggested that please take her to the specialist. When her mother took to the specialist, the doctor told that she has nerve damage system problem is there. So what was the problem according to the doctor? Doctor told that she has some problem regarding hearing. Let us have discussion that what she done after that. She joined the Royal Academy to learning music, which is there in the London itself. And in her school, in that academy, Ron Forbes, a percussionist. What is percussionist? You all know, a person who can play different types of music, took interest and started giving training to Evelyn. So Evelyn was trained by Ron Forbes, a teacher who is there in Royal Academy for learning music and all. Let us see the next slide. As you can see, Ron Forbes with Evelyn Glenn. He is Ron Forbes, the teacher of Evelyn Glenn. If you talk about that, how her, the power of listening went away, it was not all a sudden. It was suddenly that spontaneously, gradually, her power of listening was lost. And when she came and she joined Ron Forbes and Royal Academy, she realized that she couldn't feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. She realized that she cannot feel the drum, the sound of that drum from the waist upward and from the waist downwards as well. Some she can feel from the upper part of the body, and some she can feel from the lower part of the body. So she generated that habit to feel the music from the upper part of her body, and whenever it is necessary, she used to feel from the lower part of her body. Forbes, who is Forbes, the teacher of Evelyn Glenn, repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. Children, you have to understand that Evelyn Glenn, being abnormal girl or a child, she started feeling different notes of the music. How interesting is that? You can imagine how a girl, how a human being who's not having a proper sense of listening can hear the notes of the music through his or her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations, said Evelyn. In this way, she worked hard and started learning musical instruments. So this was the routine of her lifetime. It was a part of her life. She started learning the music, the notes of the music like that only, and she started feeling all the notes. If you talk about next slide, she never looked back from there now. She decided, she never gave up. She started learning. That encouragement from her teacher and that was the determination which laid her not laid her down, and she kept moving on and on in her life. She toured the United Kingdom with the youth orchestras, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. When she was at the age of 16, she decided that from now I will be dedicating my life, I will be dedicating whole of my life to the music. So this was a phenomenal change in her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. So as I told you that she was in the Royal Academy, and she appeared in an entrance exam, and she topped that entrance exam in the history of Royal Academy. So how interesting is that? She is Evelyn Glenn, and she was awarded many a time, and she was given award for many time. If you work hard and know where you are going, you'll get there. This was the sentence, a quotation from Evelyn Glenn. She asserts that if you work hard and you want to be there and you want to go somewhere in your life, you will be there. That is for sure, according to Evelyn Glenn herself. Now she was flawless, making no mistakes. When she reached at her pinnacle, when she became a famous musician, she was not doing mistakes, she was flawless. The one who never makes a mistake, called flawless. It is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She was looking at the eyes. If you look her expressions, she used to catch everyone's expression while she used to play the piano, the music, etc. and etc. So this was all together Evelyn Glenn's interview, which was taken by an interviewer when she went to Japan and France. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11. She says she learned French and basic Japanese also. She learned different types of languages to express herself in terms of those public. Whenever you perform in front of that particular area or that particular public, suppose you are performing something in front of the people of Bihar, you need to have some expressions of regional language. If you are performing in Maharashtra, you need to have some expression of Marathi language. That makes you different from anybody else, and that is what Evelyn Glenn was doing. In 1991, as I told you that she was awarded many times. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. So Soloist of the Year award in 1991 was given to Evelyn Glenn by Philharmonic Society. This is very important, keep this in your mind. It can be asked in your examination that what is Philharmonic Societies, or what is the importance of Philharmonic Societies. Philharmonic Society gave an award to Evelyn Glenn in the year 1991, and that was the Soloist Prestigious Award, which was given to our protagonist, who is Evelyn Glenn herself. She admitted that she was workaholic. What is workaholic? A mania for working. A mania for working, nasha जिसे हम कहते हैं, and that nasha in which sense? Workaholic, which means if you are having some manias, reading manias, which means पढ़ने का नशा, playing manias, which means खेलने का नशा, so teaching manias, which means शिक्षा देने का नशा, that was the workaholic she was, work addicted she was. Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. Evelyn Glenn जो है वो basically hospitals और जेल में जाकर फ्री कंसर्ट्स देती थी, एंड शी डजंट कॉस्ट any rupee for that. She gave inspiration to millions of people around the world. Because she can do it, being a deaf, why you and we cannot? This is a question mark which you have to search for. So children, this is enough for today, and this is the story. The story ends by this. I will be discussing some question and answers in the virtual classes. Then we will start a new chapter. Thank you very much.